Hello everyone, welcome back. Over the past month or so, I've been really obsessed with Moonlight Peaks, and I love the kind of darker farming sim vibes. It's been really fun playing the game, but I have also enjoyed the decorating. So if you didn't know, in this game you can decorate both your own house, which you can upgrade, and also your farm. Today I'm going to show you what my house looks like. This is fully upgraded, so I did put a lot of work in to get those upgrades, but it was worth it as you get quite a lot of good space here. So I'm going to show you what I've done, what kind of vibes I've gone for. Spoiler, it's not the traditional like purple black that the whole game goes for, but I hope you still enjoy it anyway, and I hope it inspires you as well. So let's get into it. So here is the first room. There is my little hell kitten behind me who is just pushing me out of the way. Okay, and this, as you can see, I've gone for kind of a more browny green color palette, and that's going to be what kind of happens throughout this whole house. And that's just more me than like the purples and blacks and things that are kind of more traditional with this game. But as soon as you walk into the house, you have this cozy little setup here. We've got the cute little daisy flower, which is a must. I also realized when decorating you can put the plushes on the sofa, which I thought was really adorable, so I did do that as well. And then if we go over this way, there is just like a little cabinet here, and I wanted to incorporate like a little painting area as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't find an easel, or there isn't an easel. I'm not sure. Either way, would you let me know in the comments? And I wanted a little painting setup. So I've done that in this corner, and then we've just got knickknacks around the outside here. To be honest, this corner, I'm not loving the knickknacks that are here. I do have my like master soup trophy, which I do love, but I think I might refresh these when I get a few more items from like the midnight market and things. So that's kind of a work in progress, maybe a little bit, but I think my fish is gonna stay because look at his derpy face. It's so cute. And then over on the other side is where we have a little bit of a reading nook. I really like this, just a cozy corner. I love this rug. Yes, I probably used it a little bit too much, but I really love the greens and also how it ties it in with this whole antique furniture over here. Can you see on the light? And this setup is really nice with the kind of little tiny details, like you've got little tiny succulents, little kind of books and stuff here. That's probably one of my favorite sets in the whole game, the antique stuff. So I hope that helps as well. And then we have a little bit of a hallway, so I thought make the most of it. Let's pop down a painting and add some details here with the sideboard. And then through here is my crafting room. So I do have my basement, which I'll show you in a little bit, where there is some machines. However, I wanted a room where I could not have to go through a cutscene to craft something. Obviously it's indoors, so there will be a cutscene if I'm outdoors, but generally I was decorating inside, so it's not been too bad. And I do have the refiner machine here as well, which I kind of feel goes hand in hand because you need a lot of planks and stuff, so having this here was handy for me. But generally a lot of the decorating is kind of like little kind of knickknacks that you might need for crafting, putting little things on top of boxes, putting crates, little kind of items down here. I even got some shelves involved as well. So really I did try and play around with those items that aren't necessarily decor pieces, but things you can actually interact with and place down in the world. And then whilst we're on the topic of crafting, I will show you what's in the basement. So as you can see straight away up here, this is where we have some of my kind of machines. So we've got the furnace, the seed sequencer, my loom. I also did go for a darker vibe down here because it is a basement, so I used the black walls and then this kind of cobble mossy overgrown path, but there is some like of the tiny square bricks over the top of it as well, which I just thought was nice. And down here is where I'm doing all of my jam making, my chocolate making. My mortar is down here, my press is down here as well, so that's kind of good. And that's why you can kind of see all of the potions, all of the wines and stuff, and obviously lots of resources over here. These are my kegs. I don't know why they're not going at the moment. I probably should set them going to make that money. But I like having them here as well because there's a lot of stuff in this space. So I know that on a morning I can just come in here. If I need to kind of use my mortar, I can. But then at the same time, if I need to replenish my kegs, I can do that as well. So I really like having it all in this space. I feel like if I had placed it outside or maybe had like my jam maker in the kitchen or something like that, then I think I might be more likely to forget about it, as that is definitely a problem with me. But yeah, again, as you can see, I've placed down a lot of like baskets and stuff, the rice here, the wine, the juices, the powders. So definitely go to town with placing down all of those different pieces. I've even got a mana potion here, which, should I need it for a rainy day, I will be coming back to grab it. And then back up here, and if we follow over this way, this is where we come into the kitchen. So I have a whole pantry space here. I struggled a little bit with kind of not making it feel so open, so I did add in these workbenches over here. But yeah, here is a big pantry stocked with lots of items. And then over here is like the main kitchen where I do my kitchen. You can make a coffee. You have the fridge here, which I thought you could use as storage. Maybe it's not this one. But I did want to keep the green in here as well. So as you can see, I went for the green counters. I do think there's quite a lot of different countertops in the game, which I could have all used. I really quite like the different selection. The brick one's nice as well, but I like this, and I like all of the clutter. The game does clutter really well, and I love that not everything is just one big item. Some of these are smaller items, so you can place things more on like a diagonal, or you can really squeeze in lots and lots of things if you want to. And then down here is my dining space. Obviously, there's more green. So we've got the dining room. I wanted it to feel a little bit more rustic. So we've got the higgledy-piggledy chairs, because why not? So there's a few different chair designs there, and the stool. And then we've got some furniture around the outside with some more knickknacks on, plants, some candles, some geode pieces. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's a clear jar. I didn't know that was possible. I'll have to figure out what that is, maybe. And so this is kind of all the living spaces. And then the next, or the final area with your kind of house, is the upstairs. So upstairs you have another kind of main room, which I decided to use as my bedroom. Now for this, I've kind of divided it up into sections. So we have the bed, or coffin I should say, as the main focal point. I could have used a bed, but you need a coffin anyway. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to have a bed. I'm just going to have a coffin. And that's kind of made a bit of sense. I think a bed would have looked better aesthetically, but it is what it is. And then I forgot about Halkiton's bed, so I had to come back and add in a little bed for him as well. And then we have a dressing area down here. You can place clothes, which is great. Unfortunately, I did place the boots on the stool, and they've kind of sunken into that, which isn't so great, but I do like the idea of having a little dressing area and then a cozy kind of tea drinking area in your bedroom. Why not? But it's here, and I just needed some space filler, really, to be honest. And then as you can see, just more knickknacks, more clutter, everything clutter. So this is using a lot of the antique furniture that I was talking about earlier. Look how pretty it is. It's so gorgeous. And then down through here, we have the sewing room. I feel like a lot of people have done this as a room for Halkiton, and maybe I should have done that, but I didn't have a lot of furniture that I felt like I wanted to decorate with. So I went with a sewing room instead. And there's quite a few kind of knickknacks that kind of fit in with this. Like you've got the rolls of fabric, the yoga mats rolled up kind of look like fabric as well. Then you have the sewing kit as well, and these items are quite easy to come by as well, which is good. And then you've got the laundry basket and obviously the iron. I thought that was good here as well. I did use the embroidery table to display my sewing machine on, and this is the antique clock. Beautiful, isn't it? And then we've got more knickknacks down here as well, which is just clutter, really. Just lots and lots of clutter, because who doesn't want lots of clutter in their house? Well, I definitely do. Sorry if it's not for you. Okay, so I had to go to sleep because it was getting to like 5 a.m. So I will finish off the tour now. I didn't expect that to kind of happen. So the final room I need to show you is the bathroom. The bathroom, as you may notice, is not green and brown. It is very much black and purple, but I kind of loved it because I had so many black pieces of the bathroom stuff. So I had the black bath, I had the toilet and the sink. So I was like, I probably should use this. And also, it's something a bit different. It was fun to experiment with. Maybe I'll tear down my house and go back and decorate it all over again. Who knows? But yeah, as you can see, we've got purple touches with the plants, the little table down here, the laundry basket, and the kind of fabric comes in black and purple. I was going to say pink then, but purple came out. And then we have the rugs as well, which is nice. Back here, we have more knickknacks, but in my head, I'm like, this is the potions and kind of things that you would use for the bath. So bubble baths and all that sort of stuff. There is like a mana thing there as well, which is just a little bit mystical. So I thought that was fun as well. There is a lot of rocks there. Not sure how many people keep rocks in their bathroom, but I do because I have some sea glass and some like rocks that I've got from my travels. So I do keep them in there. So maybe that's you as well. Let me know. But yeah, this is the bathroom. So that's kind of the whole finished house. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think this was a rogue choice for color wise? And let me know what kind of colors you've gone for in your bedroom, your house, whether you've kind of themed it like I have. Have you gone for kind of a certain theme aesthetic? Let me know. I'm very interested to see. And if you've not already, join the Discord and come show off your houses. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.